Well, it's just about time to harvest some of these horned melons, Kalahari horned cucumbers, horned melons from the Kalahari desert of Africa. Those ones are great. That one's ripe enough. It's turning orange now. Isn't it beautiful? It's so high though, how am I going to get the stupid thing down? Look at all the thorns on it. So sharp. When you're harvesting, you mustn't allow them to jab each other because, I mean, you're increasing the chances of rotting, aren't you? You really are. So we mustn't let them jab each other. We'll be using gloves and sandpaper to get rid of those thorns. We don't want to eat them after all, do we? We don't. Some people eat the skins, apparently. Some people in Africa. That one's nice and orange. It'll be completely orange very soon. But how am I going to get this stupid thing down? Really? Have to use a ladder or one of those secateurs that have really long handles. Why haven't I got one? Those secateurs that have very long handles and that can be operated by pulling a cord, they would be very good for these ones high up in the tree. They would be. Well, I'll start by harvesting some of the ones close to the ground. It's June now and the vines are all going brown, so I may as well just harvest the yellow ones and let them turn orange indoors. That'll be best. That means they won't be subject to heavy frosts or anything that might burn them a bit. That one can be picked. It can. It's yellow enough. It can turn orange indoors. These vines are all going brown now and dead. Only the melons are remaining alive. There's still a bit of a green cord there, but most of the melon vines have gone brown now. So I'll pick those ones that are still yellow and haven't turned orange. They can ripen indoors. Oops. They can ripen indoors as far as I'm concerned. I'm not leaving them out to become burnt by the frost. And some of those small ones should be nice to try anyway in a cup of ice cream. Like that little one, for example, should have enough seeds in it. That's enough for one person, just like squeezing a lemon on an ice cream. Oh, shut up. Listen to that noisy firebird. Oh, shut up. Anyway, just harvesting a melon. Oops. Oh, without getting pricked. Oh, just one. Oh, it hasn't rotted or anything. A bit dirty on the underside. Oh, let's have a look. There we are, the first horned melon I've harvested. It's just turning orange now. I can clean the underside a little bit. It's a bit dirty on the underside. Because it's sitting on the ground. Most of them aren't on the ground. Most of them are hanging up somewhere in the tree. So that's my first one. And we'll be sanding off these horns. We don't want to eat them, do we, after all? And we don't want them jabbing each other. When you store them, you don't want them pricking each other. You don't want them jabbing into each other. You really don't, because those thorns are quite vicious. And they'll increase the likelihood of another melon rotting if they jab each other. So we're going to use sandpaper and gloves to clean those. I'm going to keep picking some horned melons for a while now. I'll have to store them in a box and store them separately from each other so they don't do each other injury. Here we go. Oh, I just got jabbed. Oh, let's have a look. That's quite a nice one, isn't it, really? Where are you? Quite a nice one. It's just about ready to turn orange. Very sharp to pick them. So always be careful. They're very sharp. Well, quite a good selection of melons here. Of course, they've got to go about that colour orange. This is just a little one that was rotting, but that's the colour we want them to go, a nice bright orange colour. Here's another one that was on the ground. On the ground isn't the best place for a horned melon, because this one's been eaten by slugs and slaters. You can see slugs and slaters in there, but it's going the right colour, going from yellow to a bright orange. Oh, just got jabbed. This one was growing behind some clover, but it's just starting to turn yellow. Quite a nice melon. It was hidden from the sunshine, but it's doing all right. Let's have a little close-up of some of these. When you're selling them to people, you can give them a quick wash and dry them out too. That's one way to deal with them. Oh, this one's got little small thorns all over it, but it's it'll be nice. It'll be nice on ice cream, that one, or squeezed on ice cream, very nice. All the pulp, beautiful. Oh, I should be wearing gloves, shouldn't I? What sort of exemplar am I? And there's a nice big one, a beautiful big horned melon. It's going to change colour. It'll change colour indoors. Cucumis metuliferus from the Kalahari. Oh, very beautiful, delicious melon. Whoops, there we are, beautiful patterning on it. Reminds me of a pineapple. And you can read all about it on Wikipedia, of course, where I read everything. And that one's a good yellow colour. That one's quite a good yellow colour. Yes, it was on the ground, so it was a bit dirty. It can always benefit from a wash if that one was touching the ground. The ones that are on the ground can do with a bit of a wash, a gentle wash, of course. And what we do is we'll take the horns off now. And when you take the horns off, they do bleed a little. They bleed a little gum, but then they seal themselves just like an aloe vera or something. So they don't usually rot. You just take the little sharp horns off and they seal themselves beautifully. So these will be brought indoors, and I'll just let them turn a nice orange colour. Oh, no blood anyway. So that's what I've been doing. There are lots more melons up in the trees, but we shall have to get a stepladder to get those ones. And I'm quite happy with that. There's some little melons I'll experiment with. Some of these could be used for seeds if the seeds are still mature enough inside them. Or I'll see what they're like, those little ones. It's been so long since I've grown Kalahari horned melons. It's been a few years since I've last grown them. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy them with ice cream. I suggest you do the same because they are delicious with ice cream. They are beautiful. And I can't wait to get those big juicy ones up in the trees. I'm salivating just thinking about it, actually. I'll wait till they turn orange now, and then I'll do a final report serving them with ice cream. That should be nice.